Hello everyone, this is a different video from the usual stuff, which yes, it's only one series. Um, this is a special video for me, and I guess you might know from the title, but I uh, I will try to not make this a goodbye, more of a well, I had a really great time playing here because yeah. So I don't know how many of you actually know this, but I have been a part of the server since about the very first start. I think I was the 10th person, maybe 12th person that joined the server in 2015, I think, June 2015. And yeah, I have been a part of it ever since. And I think that I'm the second to last guy to still be around. I think the guy who's the oldest in is still being on the server is Ray, but not for that much. And yeah, I guess that I really wanted to make a video and recapping on everything I have done on this server. Disclaimer, I do not have any grudges against anyone. It's not I hate this person so I must leave the server, but I do hate that guy over there. Yeah, I hate Akron. I hate you, Akron. If you're watching this, I hate you. And yeah, it's just a decision that even anyone who might know me, I haven't played this place for like a year. Mainly changes I have changed as a person, and all the guys I used to play in here are kind of just left, and the group is a completely new one. Not that it's bad or anything. It's just that it's not the same. I guess it's. But yeah, I wanted to make this video just try to think of everything I have done and recap and show you guys. I guess maybe like how much effort I actually put into this server, and yeah, it will be a nice route and a long memory lane, I guess. So let's start. So yeah, the first place to go, I guess, was the first project when I joined, which was digging the witch perimeter. Yes, digging it, the best thing ever, of course. Hashtag that. Um, yeah, I think it was along with basically all of the guys and the animals, wyverns, Dr. Splush, and a lot of guys I'm forgetting, probably like Marv and Ray, and but it was mostly Gendrick and me who tagged the whole perimeter uh, and placed all the black stained glass. It was actually my idea to place black stained glass because I I don't know where I got the idea from, and I thought it would look quite good. Some of these cages were also uh, something we did on the very first start. Uh, of course, the witch farms are different at the moment. They're being rebuilt, and yeah, no, not that much. I think I dug like 500k in here. Oh, this is okay. So this is a nice story. When I joined the server, this slime farm was already here, and okay, this farm is probably like 2 years old and still going and still producing. And this thing is when we need string for the witch farms. With Wyvern, we decided, hey, let's make something weird, and therefore we decided to put slabs so that the light cannot go through, and make a spawner. And we didn't know what to put in the corners to make it look okay, so we said, just put lava, and it just kind of stayed. Yeah, good memories. This coal farm was with Smokey, I guess. I remember breaking some bedrock with him back in 1.8 or something, and yeah, not really that much more here. Um, and yeah, I guess this stuff was all done after I stopped. Well, the storage room was mainly built by Ray and me, That is the main storage and the mass one. The potion brewer I think was mechanics, and yeah, no, really a lot of names are renamed, but okay. And yeah, it's actually quite a project, and to think that there has been like at least 10 people working on it that maybe don't even play Minecraft anymore, so it's quite weird to think about it. But hell, let's not dwell on the past, but enjoy the good memories, don't you think? So let's go to the next occasion. I should also mention that this thing is the coolest thing I have ever come up with in my whole Minecraft designing career. Just a Prototech survival. It's like, I love it. But it has one flaw that really doesn't make a lot of sense, is that when you're coming through the vault, it's the other way around, which so many people pointed this out. I built it sideways, the other way around, so it should be that when you're coming here, the Prototech would be going along this PR and then going like that. But yeah, I don't know, I guess I wasn't thinking that much at the time. It was probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So at this point, it's like I won't change it. But I guess the next actual project was the Nether Hub, which I mainly built, except this stairs. Everything was built with I think Animus and me mainly. Animus designed the building, and I think Ray cleared out almost all of the bedrock. And yeah, I remember like I have like a clear memory of me digging this tunnel and Animus and me placing down the whole lines and trying to be who is the fastest and making the one side, which was quite fun. And do not dwell on the past. Do not dwell on the past. Hashtag do not dwell on the past. Uh, hashtag RidGang. Um, so yes. Also the donut. That's a thing. The donut was a project that when the server first started, it was there. It was already built, but nobody made like a simple redstone thing to push the XP or sap. The first thing I did when I came in was, guys, why isn't anyone actually doing this? Why didn't anyone do the redstone? I spent 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and did the whole thing. Like actually made it work, and everyone was like, and everyone started using it. It's like crazy. Even I did. Like if you check on statistic, mob kills is where is it? Oh, here, most killed 1 million. That's mainly for pigmen. So yeah, that's a good story. And what was the next project I worked on? Let me think about it 1 second. One of the things that super annoy me from this Nether Hub, which you may never have seen, but if you haven't, when I tell you, you will cringe so much you will never be able to not see it. So warning. And so you see, we broke all the bedrock here, but someone marked this. It's, I think it's a flower shape, almost like circle with the inward corners, incorrectly. So you have this block, which shouldn't be a, a sea lantern, and it's so bad that, oh man, I remember I did this mistake, and when we noticed, I was like, oh no. In fact, this was the only reason in which I wanted to update to a snapshot in 1.9 to get the bedrock item and replace this dang lantern. Ah, man, the memories. One of the things that super annoy me from this Nether Hub, which you may never have seen, but if you haven't, when I tell you, you will cringe so much you will never be able to not see it. So warning. And so you see, we broke all the bedrock here, but someone marked this. It's, I think it's a flower shape, almost like circle with the inward corners, incorrectly. So you have this block, which shouldn't be a, a sea lantern, and it's so bad that, oh man, I remember I did this mistake, and when we noticed, I was like, oh no. In fact, this was the only reason in which I wanted to update to a snapshot in 1.9 to get the Bedrock item and replace this dang lantern. Ah, man, the memories. The next one was the Slave Island, or the Villager Island, whatever you call it. And I should also mention that every single piston bolt you see here, every single one, I don't think anyone has ever done a piston bolt but me in this place. Literally, every piston bolt you see was built solely by me, because apparently no one else likes to pistol bolts except me. And yeah, so in Slave Island I didn't actually build that much, considering that I only when I joined, almost everything was already built, especially one really complex, completely useless redstone computer that let you choose which villager to get on, which was built in the wrong direction and when was built correctly was completely useless by Beast, the guy. Yes, you that's why you should never allow people who do computers on Minecraft to do survival stuff. They don't know what they're doing. So in here I didn't do much. This was built by methods, I think, and this was already here when I joined, and that was like fairly recent. The only thing that I did was a storage silo where we traded emeralds, which is right around here. Okay, 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 bad connection. A storage silo. What the fuck? This was the storage silo I made. I was super proud because I figured out the door without looking at a stupid tutorial. It's not perfect. And yes, I decided to do this because I was tired of the current trading one, which was the current trading system. And I still believe this is the best trading system without a macro that I have ever used. But of course, yes, I did use macros sometimes, because on this server it was a moment in which I was when Mango first released his training with villagers macro, that I decided, hey, this has a lot of potential, and I got into AHK, and decided to do a couple of macros. I still have them on my RPC. I have like 10 different macros for 10 different recipes, but I would just stand here, flip the lever, everything gets dispensed, you go trade. It's quite easy. It was I got at least 2 or 3 double chests of emerald blocks doing this, at least. So I still think it's a quite decent system, and if you guys remember me, yeah, we'll do it in ducts because it's better than the crap we have. And yeah, I remember the day in which we transported villagers down. We were all scared because they couldn't die. They were the perfect ones. Uh, that was actually quite interesting. And I remember that we had like these 6 or 7 villagers here for some reason, because someone decided that, wow, we need more. But well, I'm still very proud. I think someone fixed this store without me, I think, because I don't remember it being like this. But yeah, um, I made the looks for this. Looks great, the best looking thing here. I also helped a bit with methods pumpkin farm, guess. And yeah, here, this is an interesting story. Here I had a small storage. What was the storage store? Like around this size. I wanted to get a lot of efficiency free pickaxes with a perfect villager we had on their secret area of the Villager Island, which was this iron door, and we had it right here. I traded it. First time it locks up completely, 100%. It was one of my first times I completely rage quitted with this game and dropped it for like a week. But well, then I got back on track. And yeah, around here is the villager place. That's quite nice. Not the villagers are moved down there, but this was built by Methods, I guess, when he first joined. And I know I played quite a bit here, so I know. I don't know. I helped with I don't know a lot of stuff. I think that I didn't help with this one for some reason because Methods was a fast builder, but yeah, it's all random stuff. Oh, I also this was an interesting. It is an interesting story. And let me see how I get out of here. Hmm. So both in 2016. Oh, this is our rabbit. This rabbit was. I don't even. I think it's called Snowball. Yes, Animus Snowball. This rabbit has completely disappeared. Animus freaked the fuck out and started saying, "Who killed Snowball? Who killed Snowball?" Apparently, for some reason, in a version he was invisible, and nobody knew why. Sometimes he was invisible, sometimes he wasn't. But yeah, he's our special little rabbit. And you see, I touched Snowball and will fucking end you. Yes, Snowball. Been here since the island discovery, yes. And I don't know, some fun stuff here. I may have done some stuff. But here I had a Christmas chest opening in which it was actually interesting. I had a 5x5 of alternating red and white blocks, and you would break one, and it was a random chance you could get complete crop or a full set of diamond armor, which was a nice touch, to be honest. I really enjoyed those kinds of little Christmas hunts. That was the first year. The second year, I decided to do a treasure hunt, and I put random chests all around the island, and people will have to go and find them. And I don't know, I really want to start doing that more often, but it's I think that the more technical you get, the less you do this kind of stuff. Which, if you, to be honest, you enjoy it much more. But well, let's move on. So this is another project that I was I don't know why I did it. I still, but I felt like doing a spider farm when Secret released theirs because I think it was the first time I had ever seen an only spider farm, so that got me pumped up to building one. But yeah, I did this overnight, completely overnight. No, not even joking. Yeah, it still works quite decent to be honest. And yeah, I'm not going to show that, but yeah, well, I don't know what got me that to say, hey, I want to really build a spider farm, but I got obsessed with this thing. It's insane to be honest. But yeah, I remember asking for help with some of the guys, but not really that much. I made it by myself. But I do remember Smokey being on Game Mode 3 and guiding me towards the caves to try to light all of them up, which was a really fun evening of completely failing, saying go east, no, no, go right, no, go left, no, west, west, and everyone just yelling at each other. It's good memories. And the storage, I never actually did the storage here. This is complete crap. But it still produces, but it's okay. I guess I remember I crafted a lot of wool. Maybe it's still here. No, it's not. Oh yes, TP to spawn. And yeah, it's one of those projects I'm really glad I did, and I know it wasn't worth it, but it was hella fun, so great doesn't matter. So I think the next one is the Passimo farm. So this place is a ruin, but yeah, we used to have a couple like small locker rooms for each player, basically like a small place where they could stash their items. But I had it. Mine was right next to a small island, really small island. And I said, I want to have the coolest locker room. So I made a small passive mob farm. And I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, If you can see, this used to be the grass that was here, and there were dispensers shooting, and everything is gone now with this perimeter, but not really that much. Probably never really produced that much, except pork chop. I think it probably has produced like 2 or 3 stacks of pork chop that much, but not really a problem. But apart from that, I think there's a couple horses in here. There should be a couple, at least. Yeah, there's one, and I mainly did it for them because I wanted to have a way to get a horse whenever I wanted. So yeah, oh, this is the best. Oh man, here I had the best possible clock to know exactly when to deactivate the water. So imagine a dispenser being here, shoots the water. The pig spawns right here in a grass block. How long does it take to reach the middle? You don't actually have to test it because you can place a line of ice, no, a line of normal blocks here, a water block here, and have a dispenser shoot an item, and the item will take as much time as the pig to reach the border as so so this was perfectly calculated, and I thought it was quite funny and quite creative to do that. But yeah, it's sad that it's broken, but well, what can you do about it? But yeah, I guess what would be next? Probably the flower perimeter. No, sorry, it's not a flower perimeter. It is called Dice Square. Right next to Villager Island, we have the Mushroom Island, and this is a project that was probably on the worst time on the server that we have ever had. It was a point in which absolutely no one played, and I could have considered my single player with Smokey coming in and saying something and leaving. And yeah, this is a place I spent quite a lot of time in because I was like, I don't know what to do. I need to start a new project because no one's playing, and I constantly picked on people to say, hey, come here, come help. But yeah, there was a mountain here. This is where I actually first reached 1 million stone mine, which I'm really proud of. And this whole place, everything he dug here was dug by myself, and the the, the place was quite interesting. It was quite a good project. Like I had, it was one of the projects that got revitalized the server basically, and I actually remember like Animus saying, "Hey, I'm sorry that you have to be playing alone. It's not your fault and stuff." But I don't know. I was quite happy, not being alone, but I was I was okay with it, and it was at the point of which I actually didn't know that much of well, I did. I learned when I first joined the server. I was an okay guy, like normal, like that's just some redstone stuff. But I started playing more and more and had to learn. This thing was made by me. It's the smallest possible non or completely tileable, not different water based cow farm. And yeah, I think this was made by Smokey for the cow alignment with the lava. But yeah, I have a really good memory of coming in here and having a chat with the guys with like methods, animals, and Ray about life. Just all of us breaking vines. So one placing vines, one placing the beds. It was 1.8, and it's one of those things that really end up hitting you. Like, hey, that was like 2 years ago, and I don't know, like things are not really the same anymore. But yeah, I had really great times here, and I don't know, it's getting emotional. Stop, Reed. It's getting too emotional. You keep it up. Let's make a joke. 3, 2, 1, make a joke. This is cancer. Yes, this is cancer. But yeah, I'm serious. This was a very nice project. Oh, it's also the time when I thought that when we all thought that chunks, the mob spawning and checking the block on top, the most solid block, was chunk based. So if you see here, everything is completely chunk based, which was proven incorrect after, but not really much of a problem. It still produces more than enough. And yeah, this whole thing was built by Smokey, which I don't know. I love this place. It's a different kind of premises, differently decorated. But yeah, I guess let's go to the next one.